Hello and welcome back to my live stream where I talk about whatever I want. I literally don't need this microphone. It's not plugged in. It's purely a prompt to get me to talk more like I'm on a podcast. So, my podcast is me talking about whatever I want, and the topic tonight is conspiracy theories. um, Interesting topic. It's not what you think. It's not like all of the normal, like everyday Bigfoot conspiracy theory. It's more like a concept of like what people might think about me. I have had many periods of time where I was missing basically, and most of the time, like for Facebook purposes, I would post on Facebook pretty much every day for the last since I was like 15, so like 15 years. But then at points when I would be in the hospital or when I would be, sick, I wouldn't post anything at all. So it's kind of like the conspiracy that I would go missing for a long time without any notice on like social media and even on YouTube. And like I would like to tell you or ask you some of your thoughts of why that might happen. You can comment in the comment section of your conspiracy of why I have gone missing over the last 7 years that I've been being a YouTuber. But for most of my friends on Facebook before I got rid of all of my friends, I unfriended all of my friends, were people from church. So Baptist church, just people that I know since I was literally a baby and beyond. And I just have wondered over the years of like what conspiracies do they have about me, of where I went in that time, kind of thing. And like I'll tell you, I was just having really bad mental illness and I was in the hospital for months at a time. But I just thought of this concept of like what they might have thought. I know like my parents have like asked for prayer for me when I was sick, and not a lot of people in my churches understood how severe that mental illness can get. So tonight I'm doing a podcast, so I'm not really responding to comments unless I see one of like a conspiracy that you have that I might have been doing during the time I wasn't on YouTube. But for my friends and family, even, like, I wonder what they thought that I was doing. You got kidnapped. Basically, let's talk about it. Basically, I get kidnapped. The whole system. So the police are in on it. The ambulance are in on it. Medical professionals are in on it. Psych techs, psychiatrists, they're all in on it. They all have this elaborate, ongoing plan to take me away to somewhere that I can get help. So basically, I was kidnapped for months at a time. I don't know how I survived. It's all about insurance payments. And they treat you like their experiment, their social experiment, because like literally, like this is what some people have told me is like they're trying, like for the co-ed, like they're trying to see what it's like with mental illness, like patients, to have both boys and girls together, and that's like an experiment. And I'm like, it's not the time to be experimenting. Like I have serious issues, like I need to work on them and stuff. And but they put you in a room, at least the person in the room is the same sex, so girl for me. And they take you the first morning, in the morning they give you medicine if you need medicine. They take you to breakfast with everyone else, bring you back. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are in the cafeteria usually, depending on your location. And then there's therapy art time, or arts and crafts time. There's recreational time. There's usually outside time unless it's raining. And yeah, every need is covered, but you have the added of like a medicine that may or may not help or may or may not hurt. And so that's basically, like, I've gone to 3 different locations to work on my mental health and to like get better and not be in like the general public with whatever reactions I have from my mind. But I wonder like what people think. Like I know like people shouldn't gossip and stuff like that, but they do. I wonder what people thought, like hearing, oh, Chloe needs prayer, but not knowing all the details. And even I don't even know all the details, and I lived it. So the conspiracy is that basically that I'm just crazy, and that would be true. Can I please ask you a question? Does therapy make it worse? For me, I think it does, but I'm not sure. I think therapy can make it worse because you're processing the trauma. And yes, there's trauma that happens to people. I do believe that. I think the processing can be painful. But the end result, like the after you process it, then it's like you don't have to deal with it as much. Like it's already out in the open, and I'm starting to realize that with my therapist now. It's like I've never talked about like the things leading up to the hurt. So I finally am talking about it, like leading up to the the mental illness. So I'm trying to like get through it and talk about it and helping, like Robert says, therapy helped me help myself. So I no longer have to be in secret. I can know that I processed it and cried about it and let someone know about it, and it helps me to not let it happen again now that I know, like now that someone else knows about it and they talked me through it, and now I know, hey, like that's not the right behavior that I should tolerate. Like if someone, tries to do it again, then it will be harder for me to accept. I need to go on a road trip to Montana. That's probably true. But I'm staying away from long distance road trips for now. I really want to go about 10 hours away, but not like 16 hours. And yeah, drugs, cocaine, no, don't do that. Don't do drugs, kids. But yeah, like, even after getting out of the hospital, and it's still such a long road of recovery. So when you go to a mental facility with your mental illness, and they give you a lot of drugs, and you do all kinds of different things in the hospital that are kind of out there, it's like you're recovering from that experience on top of your mental illness. So that's what I want, like, the next president to work on, is like, how can we actually help people with mental illness? Like, how can we actually make it to where it's like a calm environment, not people like screaming and yelling and breaking things and doing all sorts of different weird things. Like, that's trauma in itself. I feel like we can do a lot better with people that need just like an actual, like maybe like a small, give them a small house that's, one roommate or something like that, and then the care team comes and talks to them, gives them therapy every day. Like in the mental hospital, they don't even give you therapy every day. They just give you a doctor to talk to like every few days. No therapy, except for group therapy. There's group therapy, and that's just kind of like a hour class kind of thing. It's like teaching you about mental illness. Instead of treating it, it's just teaching you about it. So, and it's a big group, so it's a lot of distractions. Yeah, I'm pretty like disappointed in the mental health system. I didn't even know it existed before having mental illness, but going through it and experiencing it, like it can improve. Like it can be much better, and every day is different. Every day is like a psychological warfare, and there's no guarantee that I will never need it again. So that's why I'm like pressing on this issue, is like, I need improvement here. Like, if this is something that I will have to deal with for the rest of my life, I need something better. but hopefully I won't need it. Like, I'm getting good outpatient care with like my psychiatrist and my now therapist. I take medication. I take medication that is really helpful. I finally just got on lithium, which is really good. It costed me my job because I couldn't hold my hand still during phlebotomy, drawing blood. But, you know, I didn't like drawing babies anyways. And it was a good 2-year experience. Yeah, I have bipolar disorder with psychosis if it's not managed. And I take Zyprexa, so both of those are helping. One with like antipsychotic, and then another bipolar, which is they both work really well. I just have tummy aches, and that sucks, but I'm gonna go to the regular doctor for that. But anyways, back to conspiracy theories. What are the things that some people might have thought for me to like leave, like completely black social media, just like blacked out for like with no warning? And then coming back to home and social media, like being accessible to me. When you're in a down, how do you want to live? I know this is a deep question. I haven't been depressed, like down, for a couple of weeks. For a couple of weeks, but like usually it's like something that causes the upset. When I'm down, like being broken up with or something, I feel just crazy. I feel wildly insane. And then I have like, lately I've been pretty happy, but that's because of the lithium, and I was deficient in it, so I feel confident taking it. Just the whole, yeah. So I was back to what I was saying. So coming back to like social media and the accessibility while I was severely still recovering, I would post some crazy stuff. And I don't know what people would think. Like, I would post like love songs and sentences that didn't quite make sense, and this person did that, and like I got my period when I was 12, like stuff like that. And it's like just like wild all the time. And like I knew I had to control myself, but I did give myself like freedom of speech. Like I let myself talk, even though like a lot of it I couldn't control. I could still control it, but I couldn't control it. It was like an instinct, like to like post and stuff like that. For me, it was odd because I didn't really feel comfortable posting all like way crazy stuff. Like for me, like I've been opening up to you guys for a long time, and I feel like I have like a better control on the content that I speak here. I don't feel ashamed for a lot of it. I feel like it's some facts and stuff that like could help other people, so I don't feel bad about it. I feel like this is like good to open up. But like back then on Facebook, it was all church friends and all really close friends and all family members, and it was just like stuff that was out there, and like people would comment like, you need to stop this and all that stuff, and I'm like, no, it's my freedom of speech. But I was recovering at the same time, and it was hard to control the urges to like say all this stuff. Sounds like they were the problem. Yeah, some of it, like, they do hold it against me. Like, I'll go to, like, a meeting, a church meeting, and there'll be people that don't even talk to me, which I don't even talk to them. Like, it's mutual. But because of some of the crazy things that I say or do and stuff like that, like, they don't look at me in the same light, and which is why I'm like saying, what kind of conspiracy theories do they think about me? Which I guess I shouldn't care, but thank you. You said church, enough said. We are all human. But yeah, that is what I have been experiencing. Just like, I don't let it bother me. Like, I know people are gonna think what they think, but the thing is, like, some people were very involved in like family and stuff, and I put them through a lot, and they put me through a lot, and but I was the one with the mental illness, and it affects like my relationships now that I want to be close with, but I'm just not, or they're just not. I reach out and everything, but I'm just not, and that hurts. But a lot of the people that I saw like once a year, twice a year, like, I'm like, you can think whatever you want. Like, I have to live the rest of the 24/7 time that I'm not with you. Like, I don't care. But yeah, I'm just kind of wondering, thinking back on it, wondering. Yeah, I didn't do much. Like, I would be in the house with my parents, and you know, I had my phone and my YouTube channel, and I would post when I felt like I was ready, and I would have a church that I went to in Stockton, that eventually was ended by my mental illness. But yeah, I felt like I was under so much pressure each time it happened, and during the time I was in the hospital and each time trying to recover, I just felt like constant mental pressure. Like people's expectations of me, what I should be doing, just like mental stimulation all the time, like talking to family and like trying to make relationships work and trying to work and trying to go to school and like just trying to run my life. But a lot of the time it would just fall apart and I couldn't do it. And I, like, even when I was taking like my time to heal, I feel like I was still dealing with like constant, like on Facebook or Instagram or friendships that like a friend in Stockton, like I felt like I was a burden to them, and like I was like just like this person that couldn't get it together. But yeah, I guess that's kind of like the conspiracy. Like I was just a person that couldn't get it together, can't manage life, too weak. I would tell myself that, and I would feel it and know it, and people would say things that like they're fed up with me, basically. How do I feel now? I feel good. um I feel like I can handle life. I have a pretty set schedule. So for sleeping, I don't sleep at night. I sleep in the wee hours of the morning until like 3. And then I work Uber, and then I come home and stream. And then I watch YouTube and learn and read, and I'm on this spiritual kick. So right now I'm just learning a lot. I feel like I'm in like a religious class that I need to like understand and do good. I don't know. But yeah, I feel good. I feel like I have made progress, and I've made progress on my house. And I've been hopefully helping my parents in their older age, just being there. I don't have to do much. They do everything. But I hope like my presence is enough. But then another thing is like I'm thanks. Another thing is like I'm robbing my parents of their empty nest. I think I probably need them more than they need me. um, I don't know. I can't move on for some reason. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't feel ready mentally to move on. I feel like I'm still a kid, basically, or a teenager. I'm 32. That wasn't talking too much about conspiracy theories. That's just telling you how I was. But it's like I'm telling you how I was to debunk your conspiracy theories about me. If you're watching and you know me. I'm not 18. I'm really old. I'm getting really old. You're 44 and you still feel like a kid inside. Never feel ready. No. How do I feel in my body? So I feel like I have a lot of issues. So I have a deviated septum, I have a leaky heart valve, I have sleep apnea where sometimes I can't breathe while I'm sleeping, so I like wake up. I have like something going on with my tummy, like something is not right, because I always feel like whenever I have to number two, like it feels like I have the flu. It feels bad, and that's not good because like I drive for a living, so I have to find a place to go, like, and it's very dangerous. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel so I don't have to be in danger. So yeah, I'm a little bit overweight. I'm 190. I should be like 160. My childhood as a whole was good. My stomach stems from anxiety and worry. All my hairs are blonde, yeah. Worry gave you IBS. I was thinking that it could be lactose intolerant, but nope. I drink silk and stay away from cheese and dairy, and I still have issues. I checked my cortisol levels. I am in normal ranges. Everything for the cortisol is okay. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what people think, and I can't really control it. I'm sure at some point, like, there was like something that I can tell you that's not true. People just talk and stories change over time, like when you play telephone. And people now probably don't remember all the way back then, so they say it differently than they said it then. I am 5'10". But who cares? Like, it's just information. Information is powerful, but not as, it's nothing to get sick over. I don't think I should worry about what rumors flying about me. I mean, that would be doing the opposite of, like, the goal. Like, if I got sick again, it's just gonna give them more to talk about. So I can't worry. Sure. Make it fast. I want to hear it. I want to hear your life motto. I should try gardening. I had flowers in the front of my house, but I didn't have time to water them, so my mom was watering them, and they ended up dying after like years. So now I have rocks in the pots that were the flowers were in. But thank you. But yeah, I'm not gonna be on here for very much longer. Just wanted to do like a cool like video. I spilled my guts more than I thought, but I was gonna try to think of things that other people could think of me because of my illness and different lapses of presence on social media and things like that, but I couldn't think of any. Just went off on tangents. Yes, this is live. Do I get mania? I guess mania, I'm not like 100% sure like the specifics on it, but I do get to where I can't sleep at night, even if I like want to, like I want to sleep. It's just my brain is like, nope, you're gonna think about every last detail of everything. And I think that's sort of like mania. And then you get like impulses. The impulses have been less, but I can definitely feel that if I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. Or I think about it way too much. Perfection. Perfected. Imperfection. Perfected. I think you have been pressured to think you have to be a certain way. You haven't been able to express yourself, and that has caused a lot of mental issues. My therapist also says that on top of other factors, that I have a predisposition to mental illness. So I have I'm not married. So I have, on top of all of the factors and just me being the way I am. I have a predisposition to mental illness because it runs in my family. Mostly on my dad's side, but my mom has a half brother who deals with depression and his kids and stuff, so it's on both sides. And it just like, it sucks, but it's something like, if you have family that has cancer, you have to like screen yourself, make sure you're good, and possibly get cancer yourself. So it's kind of like one of those things. But yeah. Everything, I'm not sure if I believe this statement, but everything happens for a reason. I learned a lot and I overcame a lot, and maybe like I'll live my life better now that I know to be like careful and do the right things and stuff like that. Yeah, you can lose a lot of friends over like bipolar and especially psychosis. Um, I've lost and I've gained, and I've like sometimes it's permanent, like you lose people permanently because the way that you are acting during those times. You know, the keto diet is supposed to be really good for mental health. And like, yeah, it's like, it like helps you lose weight, but also if you eat enough and replace all the calories that you took in before, then you can stay the same weight but just leaner. But right now it's hard for me to like completely do that diet because, you know, my parents pay for the food, they bring it home, and it's not always just keto, and you're so tempted by eating other things. So I've been sticking with my medicine. It's helping, and it's not that much. It's what I need. The keto diet, Keto, and yeah, it's kind of like a certain keto diet. Like it's very strict. If you want to do like medical keto for your mental illness, you kind of have to get like a coach or like read a lot about it, research it for it to be effective. There was this girl who ran, it was a channel called Living Well with Schizophrenia, She had schizoaffective disorder, and thank you, and she had her illness for a decade or more, and she got on the keto diet, like medical keto specifically to treat her mental illness. And after like 8 months or so, just sticking with it every single day, every single meal, and talking to her doctors and everything, reduced her medicine to now nothing, no medicine at all. And and now she is living without schizophrenia. So you never know like what might work with like your diet and trying different methods of like healing. Yeah, they still post videos. They just changed their banner and their name. Her name's Lauren, so that's on their channel name, and then it's Living Well After Schizophrenia. You think about your mental health 24/7, I can tell. Yeah, it is pretty dominant in my head because I always have thoughts. And like I think like, is this normal? Is that normal? Like, why am I thinking about that? Like making sure, like fact checking, like everything's good, like we're good. but yeah, it's a hard knock life for me. Yeah, it's hard. Still hard. It's gonna be hard for a long time. Yeah, I just wanted to share those tidbits of information. Conspiracy theories, if you have them, comment your conspiracy theory of like what has happened to me. What you think people might think that happened to me or that I did. There is a lot more like random information that I have never said out loud, and it's just like, whoa. Accept your own normal, so just be okay with doing it. Oh, you think I'm awkward? That's a big part of it. It's hard to be with all our. But yeah, I will talk to you all tomorrow. See you there. Bye.